Mud, money, water, and time. Those are all of the things that Reclamation District 800 in South Sacramento are currently fighting. Crews have been working around the clock to repair levee breaches, and they tell me this is the worst levee break that they have seen in decades. So I went down to the hardest hit area to, of course, get a closer look. My first question, is this catastrophic? It looks catastrophic.
This is catastrophic. This is second highest level in the Casimas River on record since 1907.
How high are we talking?
We were 16.8 feet at Michigan Bar, which is our measuring gauge, and we were 67,000 CFS. And the only one higher than that was 1997, and it was almost 19 feet, and it was 97,000 CFS.
And even the road that we're standing on right now, and the rocks behind us, this was not here earlier, was it?
This was not here. We started this project on Tuesday morning.
How long did it take for you guys to get just this up and going again?
Less than 48 hours.
And I understand that you guys only have about $500,000 a year to maintain this. What's the damage looking like right now?
So we don't even have hard numbers right now, but just from Friday until today, to get this fixed and those projects done, we're looking at close to about $2 million. The force of the water and the erosion, it took all this material out, and we estimate down there where the water is, it's probably 5 to 6 feet deep, and it brought it all the way straight through here and then out into this farmer's field. And these fields, before this happened, they're all leveled to drain one way, to irrigate one way, and this farmer had a little bit of wheat planted here, and it's gone.
Is it hard for you to see your own community like this?
Oh, it's very hard, because the community, when something goes wrong, they got to blame somebody, and guess who's getting blamed? RD 800. We work our butts off. I mean, we do everything we possibly can with the budget that we have. We're limited. So we start picking projects, and we start plucking them off, and we're in debt. We've been in debt since 2007, and we're trying to get out, but it just seems like we can never get ahead of it.
How soon do you anticipate this damage to be cleared up?
We need 2 weeks of dry weather.
2 weeks of dry weather?
Yeah, so all the material.
So not in the next week it ain't gonna happen.
No, all the material that we need to come in here and fill this in needs to be dry. So every stockpile that we can find, we've scoured within a radius, of here, because we don't want to get too far away for trucking. We can't find any dry material, so we need some drying time so that we can get in and get this thing put back and fixed right. And it doesn't look like we're gonna get it done with the way this weather's stacking up. I understand we got 13 days of possibilities of rain. They're talking about getting, this river getting back up to 10 feet, Michigan Bar by Tuesday. The hardest part about all this is we're gonna have to stand back and watch. We can't get in here to work on it. We can't, we barely got this done. This is only 360 loads of material. To fill this levee back in, we could possibly be 4,000 truckloads of material.
Across Sacramento County, crews say that they have received reports of more than 300 downed trees just since New Year's Eve. Localized flooding has caused road closures, and we've seen the impacts flooding can cause on roads, which is why our Luke Cleary joins us live out of Folsom with more. Luke, what do we know so far?
Hey Alex, yeah, this is the main road closure that we know is still remaining here in Folsom. We are here on Sibley Street between Blue Ravine Road to Levee Road, and this is closed, and it's not hard to see why. Just look at all of the water that is still here on the driving surface. Now on this side, it's hard to say, but I would estimate that this is about a foot to a foot and a half of water. But if you come with me over this way, it's significantly deeper and darker on this side. If you look out to the curb there, and that's actually a sidewalk, believe it or not, with the water just sort of running off over the gutter. I would estimate that this is somewhere between 2 and 3 feet at its deepest, and then you can see some kind of rapids there building up over the median. Again, it's just difficult to say, though, exactly how deep that is, and authorities are repeating and reiterating that well-known admonition, turn around, don't drown, because frankly, there could be roadway that is sort of swept away underneath. It's murky, it's hard to see just how deep it is, and with 3 people who have died, unfortunately, in the last several days on our roadways, it's just a tragic reminder of how dangerous these conditions can be, Alex.
Yep, that's right, Luke. I talked to a guy just the other day, and he said he thought he was clear to drive, and he got stuck on the side of the road and had to be rescued. So it happens that fast, and make sure that you are taking care of yourself. On that note, Luke, make sure that you are taking care of yourself, too. We'll check in with you a little bit later. And we do know that the Sacramento River is rising. This is new drone video we have recorded today showing the Tower Bridge in Old Sacramento. The water is moving fast and, of course, running high, which begs the question, will the Sacramento Weir be open because of all of this? I visited the Weir today. You can see it here. Some water can already be seen coming over the gates of the Weir, but DWR tells us they do not need to open the gates like they did back in 2017. They say there is more room for the river to rise. Of course, we will keep checking in with DWR as the storms keep rolling in. Speaking of storms rolling in, let's bring in Carly. What do we got coming our way next?
Wow, we have a parade of storms coming our way, and I was just looking into the futurecast radars and seeing when we may have an actual good opening to maybe not see any rain at all, maybe until the 16th of January. So yeah, we're looking at a lot of storms piling up, but there's some good news. There are breaks between storm systems. So we do have a break headed our way tomorrow. You may have even most of the day tomorrow before you see any more rain in the forecast for Saturday into Sunday. But look at today's precipitation totals. We got nearly an inch of rain in the Sacramento area, as well as Fairfield getting close. But Stockton, Modesto, only about a quarter inch to a third of an inch or so from Stockton to Modesto. So some areas a little less than others. But just yesterday, Sacramento only got a third of an inch. Most of that rain came in through the overnight, early morning hours. So a lot of variable differences here across most of Northern California in terms of rain totals. But take a look at our current water year. This begins on October 1st and ends on September 30th. This is how much water we typically get in a year. Now in downtown Sacramento, we've so far almost gotten 12 inches. Now we are in a surplus right now of 5.21 inches from where we typically are this time of year. So we have been seeing considerable amounts of surplus so far from the average of where we are this time of year. Even Modesto into Stockton seeing as much as almost 6 inches extra of rainfall so far. A lot of scattered showers pushing through right now. Most of that going to accumulate into snowfall for the High Sierra. Winter weather advisory still in effect. And then we get the clearing in the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies tomorrow and rain coming in offshore. We'll talk more about the arrival of the next storm system coming up.
Thanks, Carly. And I do want to take a second to mention that we have a whole list of resources to help you deal with the aftermath of the storm and also prepare you for the next round of storms. All you have to do is just text the word storm to 916-321-3310, and we will send everything that you need to know straight to your phone. And there's a neighborhood in Stockton that gets flooded time and time again when a storm hits. The city has responded, but neighbors say that their focus has been on prevention. We'll have details after the break. Okay, so homeowners in a Stockton cul-de-sac say that they are on edge every single time a storm hits in their area because for them, another storm means another threat of flooding. And these homeowners say that the city needs to step up their response to help fix the problem. Kurt Rivera has their story tonight.
For several months now,
we haven't even repaired it because we know there's going to be flooding more.
Cecily Robledo has to stare at this. 2 unusable bedrooms, severely damaged by floodwaters from recent storms.
It's very frustrating. I have a baby on the way, so there's no way for us to even have room for a baby. Right now we're sharing with our room and my son's room that I already have.
Cecily and her husband snapped these photos of the flooded bedrooms and garage. Since they purchased their home this past October, they say it has flooded not once, not twice, but 3 times.
When it's working, the drains and stuff, we don't get flooded. So anytime we get flooded, it's not our fault.
You can see in the street right here, there's some obvious seams right here on the asphalt.
Elizabeth Drzezinski also has a home on the West Rose Street cul-de-sac. She says close to 2 years ago, the city made extensive repairs in the middle of the street to an underground drainage system to alleviate flooding. But she says as recently as last Saturday, the flooding returned.
The cul-de-sac backed up. There was 3 to 5 feet of water, I'd say 3 to 4 feet in certain parts of the cul-de-sac.
Another neighbor I spoke to here who wouldn't go on camera says the drainage problem here has caused tens of thousands of dollars of damage to his foundation and garage. He took this video of the drain at the end of the cul-de-sac gushing water back out onto the street. He says this is the real problem, but but doesn't know why it's happening. Both he and the Robledo family have submitted claims for damages to the city, but say they were both rejected.
And they said it was working on their end. It said it was working on their computers.
When we reached out to the city, a city spokesperson told us in a statement, quote, "Where flooding has entered a home, the first step is for the homeowner to file a claim with their homeowner's insurance. Claims submitted to the city are evaluated by our third-party administrator, and a determination will be made based on the situation."
I'm not sure why these problems are coming up. It's like you would know that proper drainage in this community is needed.
Now, the city did come out and pump the water from the street when it flooded last Saturday. They also added that people should call 209-837-8341 if streets flood. The city spokesperson added that a series of storms has been overwhelming, and we will continue to follow this story. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look along I-80. These storms are not only bringing rain, but also a lot of snow. We'll be right back. All right, we need to take a second to talk about Santa Cruz and how it's looking right now, because Santa Cruz, that area got hit really, really hard by last night's storm. Now, the wharf is under evacuation orders. The roads around it are pretty much impassable after all the heavy rain last night. And this is Santa Cruz's famous cement ship, and the dock to the ship was destroyed by those storm waves. Piers, businesses, and homes have also been damaged. There were some evacuations. Crews have been in this area all day assessing the damage, trying to restore power and also clean up while bracing for more wet and wild weather coming just this weekend. And the storm is also continuing in our own area. The snow is coming down in the Sierra. Chain controls are in effect, and that's exactly where Alicia Machado is out along I-80. Alicia, what's it looking like out there? It looks pretty intense right now behind you.
Yes, Alex, the snow continues to fall tonight. I have some fresh powder in my hands here right now. Perfect for making snowballs. Part of the reason why people are braving these conditions on the roads to be able to head out to the Sierra for some skiing, snowboarding, snow fun this weekend. But here's what they're going to have to get through on the way up. Chain controls are in effect. You can see a truck stopped in front of us here right now. They have some chains on their front wheels right now, and we've seen other people who are coming up from the Bay Area also donning chains as well on their vehicles. This is the checkpoint here between Baxter and Forebay at exit 150. So if you're planning on coming up tonight, expect to have chains in your vehicle, unless of course you have an all-wheel drive. People pumped up there, as you can see, to head out to the snow. But now I spoke with Caltrans earlier on the phone, and they are recommending to people that if you are planning on coming up to this area, tomorrow is going to be the best day, because after that we're going to get another system that's going to come in. Carly has much more on that for you.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Alicia. And Carly, as she just said, if you do want to leave, wait, just wait.
Right. You could just wait till tomorrow. Honestly, all the scattered showers, snow showers are going to start dwindling down later on tonight into early tomorrow morning, and that gives you a better opportunity to head up the mountain. But if you have plans to go for the weekend, make sure you are timing this out, because Sunday we do expect to see a pretty strong system also pushing in that day. Now, the scattered showers will continue tonight in the valley as well. We'll get that gradual clearing for your Friday, and then we have a parade of storms coming through next week, and it looks like the best shot for another break might not be until Wednesday of next week. All right, let's look at the low pressure system. Last remnants of the bomb cyclone still pushing through, but the rough part of it is gone. Those strong winds, those downpours we saw yesterday along the coastline is gone. Everything in between, though, that's where we get that gradual clearing into tomorrow afternoon. We're leaving it maybe peaks of sunshine here and there. Otherwise, a low pressure system just offshore is ready and set up to come hit us as we start moving into your Saturday, closer to about lunchtime Saturday, and then continuing into Sunday. So You may have a solid day Friday to get some skiing or snowboarding done, and then maybe part day on Saturday before we start getting more of the snowfall. Sunday, unfortunately, looking pretty bad when it comes to some of the stronger snow pushing through. Let's talk about the snow. The Central Sierra Snow Lab totals are coming in the last 24 hours, almost 9 inches of snow in the last 7 days. This includes the New Year's Eve storm. That brought us almost 50 inches total. And then the water year snow to date. That means October 1st till now, we've seen 223.62 inches. Now, our average for an entire snow year, that's about 359 inches. So we are about 2/3 the way there. The average to this point in time is about 115. So we are looking very good in terms of snow right now. All right, let's talk about the Sierra snowpack in terms of northern Sierra, central and southern Sierra across California. 142% of average there for northern, central 186, even southern looking much better at 203. And statewide, that puts us at 179%. And the percent of the April 1st average now, that's 70%. We mark April 1st as really toward the end of the water year, just because at that point we stopped getting a lot of our storm systems. All right, let's talk about just last week. We saw exceptional drought still for portions of the central California region all the way closer towards LA. And then now we are looking at that entire portion of exceptional gone. We are now just seeing extreme and severe drought, although much smaller than we've seen in years past. We were in 3 years of drought. Now it looks like we may have some hope in sight in starting to lift that. Of course, it's a complicated issue. You need a lot of water in the soil, as well as just meeting the demand of a normal water year to get us out of a drought. Let's talk avalanche risk. Now, through tomorrow morning, we're seeing the avalanche risk at least. This could be implemented once again through the weekend from Sunday on as we get more snow. But this is unstable snow at all levels, so it's a risk. And then we are seeing heavy snow with the winter storm warning in effect through tomorrow morning as well. So after this expires, I'd say wait till mid-morning to at least head up the mountain. You'll be looking much better. 2 to 3 feet of snow above 6,000 feet. After we look at this storm all the way into the weekend, we'll be looking much better there, accumulating up to 3 feet. Whiteout conditions could be possible from Saturday into Sunday with some breezier winds pushing through. Flood watch also in the valley spots through about 10 a.m. A lot of the flash flood areas have expired. Now we are seeing some scattered showers pushing through quickly in the morning. Otherwise, mostly clear. The next storm system set to arrive right around lunchtime Saturday and continuing to be scattered showers on and off throughout the day. Sunday, a solid line coming through of showers. That one looks pretty intense there before another system arrives as we start moving Monday to Tuesday, a little bit of a break on Wednesday. The 10-day forecast, though, that'll bring us our temperatures mostly in these mid-50s through the week.
All right, Carly, thank you. This was the scene just days ago out in El Dorado County. The New Year storm flooded roads in and near Cameron Park, forcing evacuations. Jeez. All right. Now, just 5 days later, we are getting a firsthand look at the damage some of this water has caused. And companies have been getting calls for help, of course. This home out in Shingle Springs was under inches of water that caused thousands of dollars worth of damage. The restoration process is lengthy. I mean, you have to dry out your home, tear up the damaged drywall and cabinets, not to mention the flooring. The crews we talked to also warning homeowners about the hidden dangers of floodwater itself.
Normal clean water situations, when someone's got a flood, like a broken pipe or something, we can go in and dry out the structure. But this situation, we got contaminants in the water, so we've got to cut things out.
And also look at your homeowner's insurance policy. Not all are the same, and our Laura Painter is taking a closer look at what you need to know about protecting your property in a flood and the restoration process on Late News tonight at 11. And don't forget that we have a whole list of resources that can help you deal with the aftermath of this storm and then also prepare us for the next round of storms. Very simple. Just text the word storm to 916-321-3310. We will send everything that you need to know straight to your phone, and we'll be right back after this. All right, here's my friend Carly. I love having a friend that's a meteorologist, to be quite honest. But there's some good news. I mean, we're going to get a break, right?
Right. I think a lot of people have been seeing the weather and they're saying, man, storm after storm, when do I get a break? You know, they're tired.
Yeah.
You get a break tomorrow, everyone. We are getting some clearing happening in the overnight hours. Take a look at that. Most of that green pushing east. We will get that break tomorrow, most of the day, and then start getting more rain arriving Saturday around lunchtime. So That is your break from most of Friday into Saturday lunchtime before the next series of storms arrive. We'll have winter storm warning in effect through tomorrow morning, the flood watch through tomorrow morning as well before the break happens. Now, as the system pushes through, a lot of that snow is going to pile up just overnight. We'll get a few more inches, maybe up to 10 max, but otherwise most of the snow arriving Saturday into Sunday. I know a lot of you snowbirds want to head up to the mountains, so get ready for that break Friday and Saturday. More snow Sunday into Monday as well as Tuesday. The winds have slowed down. That's been nice because, man, those winds yesterday,
Insane.
they were bad. So temperatures, though, overnight right around those upper 40s.
And we know where our executive producer, Rachel, will be. She'll be in the snow, so she'll be gone all weekend.
I want that.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
A nail. Oh, thanks. That's fine. Isn't it your pen? Oh, no. Never mind. I thought it was a to the point pen, but it's not.
Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.